Ciao everybody and welcome back to the Live at 5. My name is Julian Giannotti and I am the host of this program on the Bianconeri Zone YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Today is August 8th, 2022 and it is a packed show, so stay tuned for all of the stuff. I'll say this. In order to avoid let's say busy or a bunch of stuff in the chat, I'm going to go through different topics throughout the show and we will comment on them and I'll read your comments out periodically, but until I open it up to the floor, I won't be answering any crazy stuff because there's too much to get to today. Obviously I'm by myself, but it's better to be jam-packed with information and news when you're by yourself than it is when you're not. Leandro is behind the scenes. He's working on some stuff for me to do tonight and tomorrow night in terms of more videos for the channel, more content for the channel. So like the video if you haven't already. Of course, please do that. It helps our channel grow. And yeah, I see people in the chat already. Some of our, one of our members, Misak, Yo Giannotti, how's it going? Yusuf, he's saying what's up? What's up, Yusuf? Comic is saying ciao. Hamad, one of our members, saying ciao. What's up, guys? How's it going? Misak is asking me, am I happy with the news today? And I will give you my general opinion right now. I'm pretty happy right now. Hello, Hanin, one of our members. Norbert, hello. Anthony Trimboli, hello. How's it going? And Jeremy, hello. How's it going? Okay. I'll lay out the topics, how I'm going to do it in order. The first, I'm going to talk about Kostic, then Paredes, then Rabiot, then Depay, then the left back, then Arthur, and then our potential squad at the end. And during that time, let's stay on topic. Let's try and stay on topic at least. As best as we can, because it'll just make it go fast or more smooth and it'll help me keep up with the chat and whatnot. So first we're going to go on the Kostic thing. Filip Kostic, Serbian left winger, left wing back, whatever you want to call it, from Eintracht Frankfurt, Europa League player of the season. He is, I'll say, a couple million euros away from joining Juventus, and that's the latest news on that. Gianluca Di Marzio said as much. We're 2 million away on the base fee of Filip Kostic joining Juventus. Whether that deal is going to happen right now, whether it's going to happen tomorrow, the here we go is imminent. And we all knew this. If you've been following and paying attention to the news, we all knew this was going to happen. Nico Shears tweeted out the information already 10 times today that he's on his way. He's agreed to a 3-year contract at 2.7 million euros per year, with bonuses potentially equaling 3 million per year. So that's the news with Kostic. It's inevitable. He's going to be a Juventus player. I doubt he's going to play on Wednesday in the Super Cup for Eintracht Frankfurt. It is what it is. We're signing the player. I will get into it a bit, but first I'm going to say hello to other people in here. Goran, hello. Matt, Fu, Rodrigo, one of our members, and Tvetov. If I said your name right, that's crazy, but I think I did. And that's a negative comment at the bottom there. So we'll get into it in a bit. Regarding Kostic, is he a good signing? Filip Kostic is a good signing. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Sonny. Two of our members. Filip Kostic is a good sign. He's a depth signing. He's a depth signing because we have the real thoroughbred waiting in his stable right now in Federico Chiesa. We're still waiting for him to be ready to go, and we're still ready for him to recover. But Filip Kostic is a left winger that provides depth. It seems that he wants to come, and his wage is not astronomical. Those are all positives. The negatives, the only thing I'm going to say about Filip Kostic is, I'm not saying people in the chat, I'm not saying all Juventini in general, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying people hyping up Filip Kostic is what is going to make Filip Kostic arriving at Juventus kind of melodramatic, because people are hyping up his contributions in terms of shot creating actions, goal creating actions, and I will get into all this stuff. You guys got to check out my coach's corner on him. That's why Ali's not here right now, as people are joining in late, but Ali's not here with me right now because he's creating my graphics as we speak, because I'm doing the coach's corner for Kostic tonight. But I'm going to give you a little sneak preview. Filip Kostic creates less shot creating actions than Juan Cuadrado in terms of live ball actions. If you include the dead set pieces like free kicks, corner kicks, all that stuff, then yes, of course, he's miles more productive than Juan Cuadrado. But in terms of dead balls, again, that's what inflates his stats a bit. In live passages of play, Juan Cuadrado actually creates more shot creating actions per 90 minutes than Filip Kostic. And again, we can go into analytics and numbers and that jargon and whatnot, and you can say the eye test is he's way better than than Juan Cuadrado. I'm telling you, the eye test, he gets dispossessed a lot too. His passing percentages is high 70s. He probably tries to do a lot of things, which is fine, but at the same time, I like the player. Don't get me wrong. I like the player. Can he deliver across? Absolutely. We got to get numbers in the box for us to capitalize on that, though. We failed to do that. However, Filip Kostic is a player that I do like. Don't get me wrong, but the hype around it, this is a depth signing. This is like, I'm going to go to hockey talk right now. This is like signing a third-line player if you're an NHL team. Which is, again, it's fine. Do it. Sign it. We need him. We need him right now. We need him to play against Sassuolo on Monday, match day 1. Will he improve our team at this current moment in time? Absolutely. He's better than Moise Kean, who's not even available match day 1. He's better than Adrien Rabiot, who could potentially play left midfield for whatever reason. It's a depth signing. It's a 15 million euro player who's 29 years old, who's never played at a top tier club. We have to understand what we're signing here. The hype, as fans, you can be happy, but be happy for the right reasons. Don't be like Justin. Don't be like Justin and just poop on the parade. But don't be that fan that overhypes him. He's a player. He's a good signing. He's a quintessential guy. If Chiesa needs more time, he can supplant that time. Fine. Good. So right now, if you're in the comment section saying, where are we going to play him? How are we going to line up? Yada, yada, yada. I'm assuming it's going to be a 4-3-3 still, and I'm assuming he'll play more advanced as the winger and as the left winger. That's what I assume. We have no idea because he's not here yet, 1. 2, Allegri's not spoken about him because he can't, because he's not our player yet. So we can only go off assumptions, and we're assuming, well, I'm assuming, it's a 4-3-3 as the left winger. Can he play as a wing back? That's probably his best position, but goodness me, we better not be playing that. Relax. We better not be playing with wing backs this season. We don't have the central defender depth. We don't have a support striker, really, unless you put Di Maria there, but why would you do that anyway? So at this point in time, just keep it as it is, as what you've been doing in preseason, because God forbid now we change the season or change the formation right before the season starts. Don't do it. Don't do that. So we're happy. Juventini, be happy with the signing. Just don't overrate him. Don't expect the world from him. Hanin makes a great point. Let me see if I can find it. He's the Bernardeschi replacement. If he's better than him, I'm okay with it as depth. I think at this point, anything is better than Bernardeschi. Filip Kostic got the work rate to match Bernardeschi's work rate, if that's the intangible you want to compare him to. And he's better. He's better technically. And he won't dribble the ball out of bounds. So the bar's low for Bernardeschi, but Kostic clears it, obviously. So that's that. So we'll move on from Kostic. Again, expect a Coach's Corner in the next few days on the channel. Expect the Here We Go live on the channel whenever it's announced. And we'll learn information as it goes. But again, stay tuned. Check the Twitter account, at Bianconeri Zone. Stay tuned to this channel for all of our content, all of our updates, because it's happening. Lots of stuff's happening. So that brings us to our next topic. Also get the likes in. We're at 35. If we get 100 likes, which would be crazy. If we get 100, let's push for it though. If we get 100 likes, Depay, Paredes, Kostic are all coming. And Rabiot and Arthur Melo are leaving. That's if we get 100 likes, though. So we're going to move on to the next topic. It's Leandro Paredes, the PSG Argentine central midfielder. He is, quote unquote, a perfect player for Max Allegri in terms of he is a regista, and if Max Allegri wants to play with the regista this season, this is a guy that is probably gettable. He doesn't start for PSG. He gets some cameos in. So if you guys watched PSG against Clermont on Saturday, I believe, he does exactly what we need a regista to do. He got the ball from deep. He played a penetrating ball forward into the opponent's box to the forward, which was Messi in this case. Messi scored a goal. Pinpoint forward pass, penetrating pass into the box. Our current registas, Locatelli can do it, but that's the whole point of getting Paredes, so you can move Locatelli up. Ravella, does he make that pass? Not sure. At this point in time, Paredes has more quality than Ravella. Will that change in the future? Most likely. But at this point in time, if we're serious about winning a title, Paredes should come in and start. So that's my point on him. Again, Paredes will have bodyguards around him in midfield. Zakaria will help him out defensively. Paredes is not bad himself defensively either, but if people are worried about that, he's fine. Locatelli, of course, work rate's incredible. So it's not like we have a sieve protecting our back four if we get Paredes. The concern about Paredes will be the financials. How's he coming in? Is it a loan plus option? Is it a loan obligation? Is it a dry loan? Is it a purchase, outright purchase? If it's an outright purchase, I'm worried because I don't know if he'll fit. I'm hoping he'll fit, but if in the event he doesn't fit, you're stuck with that guy for a bit. If it's a loan plus option, that's the best case scenario. Loan plus option is best case scenario. Loan plus option gives you a year to see how he fits in with the group. If he gets what Allegri wants, if he doesn't, you send him back. If he does, you buy him. The obligation is scary because if he hits the little targets that's going to be needed, then you have to pay for him automatically. So best case scenario, you get Paredes, loan plus option for let's say 18 to 20 million. That's the best case scenario for that deal to happen. That deal only happens if Adrien Rabiot goes to Manchester United or leaves. We'll say leaves. And this is going to tie in with the next point as well. Adrien Rabiot is linked with an 18 million euro move to Manchester United plus bonuses. This one came out of left field. Juventus woke up this morning and they saw Adrien Rabiot to Manchester United is pretty much done. And we all think to ourselves, what the hell? How did that happen? Why did it happen? Just 3 days ago, Juventus were going to watch PSV against Monaco in the Champions League qualifiers. I was gonna watch Monaco and PSV. I was literally gonna watch that just to see if Monaco would progress and win and go into the Champions League, because the thought was if Monaco made the Champions League, they'd go in for Rabiot for a free deal and just take on his wages, and we would get rid of Rabiot. But in this scenario, Man United's offered 18 million euros plus bonuses to take Rabiot. So we're gonna get money, and we're gonna get rid of this player that we've been wanting to get rid of for at least the whole summer. It's crazy. It's the craziest transfer story that Juventus has been a part of this season. That's for sure. Because Nico Schirr's tweeted, it's at the final stages. Fabrizio Romano said it's pretty close. David Ornstein was the first one who reported it. He got it out. He's saying, yeah, it's pretty much done. We're just talking to Mama Veronica, or Veronique, who is his agent, acting agent. There's no other way to explain it. You're happy because, again, you get rid of some quote unquote deadwood, and you bring in a player like Paredes who fits a role. I'm not saying he's going to be the bee's knees, but he's going to fit a role for what Allegri wants, and that's what you want. As a fan, it's all on Allegri this year because you are getting the pieces that you want. So, and I know some people are saying Romeo said the fee isn't agreed. Listen, if David Ornstein's saying stuff, if Nico Scherer is saying it's at the final stages, if Fabrizio Romano is saying it's pretty close, it's pretty close. That's my opinion on it. 3 out of the 4 journalists, the top quality journalists I trust in this situation, are saying it's pretty much done. Romeo, who is the Juventus guy, obviously, is not saying it's totally done, but it's on its way. We're actually talking to them. So once they get the fee and all the, I guess, no, not the fee. The fee's done. The fee, Juventus is like, yeah, give me 18 million. But once the salary and the contract is good with Rabiot and his mom, obviously you have to include his mom, then he's gone. He's gone. And I think I saw, what did I see? I saw De Jong, if United could get De Jong still, Rabiot is still, they're coming as a pair. And now breaking news, Destiny Udogie has gone to Tottenham. So that sucks. But back to Rabiot. He's on his way to Manchester United. I don't want to jinx it. But a lot of people are going to get a lot of stuff wrong. Or a lot of credible people are going to get it wrong if he doesn't end up going to Manchester United. So we'll keep an eye on that again. If Rabiot sold, Paredes comes in, and I think Romeo Agresti said it on his Twitch channel or whatever, his Goal Italia thing. He said today Juventus would not be selling Rabiot if they didn't know they were going to get a replacement right away, similar to what Bremer and De Ligt situation. So we're selling Rabiot because we know we're getting Paredes. We sold De Ligt because we know we could get Bremer. And I agree with that. That thinking, that thought process is fine. It's better to know you're going to pretty much get someone and replace that player. You're better off doing that than being left in the dust and twiddling your thumbs and saying, oh shit, why do we sell him if we don't have the replacement? So we'll continue to monitor that. Again, follow Bianconeri Zone on Twitter. Do that stuff. Like this video as well, because we're only at 52. We're halfway there. We're halfway to getting Kostic, Paredes, and Depay and selling Rabiot and Arthur Melo. So we touched on Rabiot now. We're going to go on to Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay is now being tweeted about and reported by Fabrizio Romano and Nico Scherer. Fabrizio Romano said, between Depay and Aubameyang, one of those two players will leave Barcelona this season, or this summer. Juventus are very interested, yada, yada, yada. If he's for free, by the way. Because he still has 1 year contract, but if his lawyers get rid of the contract, and he becomes a free agent, Juventus is sniffing all over that, and they'll go in for him. Okay. Nico Scherer said the exact same thing now. He said, if Depay's lawyers are on the same terms and they get rid of the contract and he becomes a free agent, Juventus is right there. And they're gonna talk about a deal. So Memphis Depay, his salary right now is 10.425 million euros at Barcelona. He makes 5.5 million euros. No. Yeah, I texted our group chat. But he makes about 5.5 million euros clean from Barcelona. If we can match that, and I think we can match that in terms of salary, 5.5 million clean, that means net, I think we have a very solid chance of getting Depay. If I was to do an Ali's percentage for Memphis Depay, I would say 60% right now. The only problem and issue is, where do you see Memphis Depay playing for Juventus long term? Because we're going to have to sign him to a 2 or 3 year contract. If we sign him to a 2 or 3 year contract, where do we see him where do we see him in the future for Juventus in the attack? Obviously, this season he's going to be another depth piece, but he's going to be more needed. He will be spelling off Vlahovic, spelling off Di Maria, spelling off Kostic, Chiesa, because he has that ability to play across the front line. So good. He has that ability. Good for him. We need that. That's a profile we do need. So Depay coming in, where is he going to accept the role in year 2 of his contract where he's been not overtaken, but like we're getting players that are better than him? Is he going to cause stress in the dressing room? Is he going to come out with the rap song J Medical featuring Paul Pogba? What are we doing? What's he going to be like if he is not if he's not on the same wavelength as the Juventus management, the Juventus team, Max Allegri? His quality is undeniable. Like on the pitch, very good, right foot, creative. Can make the final pass, can make the final shot. He's very good. Top quality player. Plays Dutch national team. He's their leader in the attack. Scores a lot of goals for them. Scored a lot of goals for Barcelona as well when he was fit. Can Depay play as the support striker off of Vlahovic? Can they get an understanding? Maybe. Justin saying my parade is greater than shit. I don't understand what that means. He's derailed me. But Memphis Depay for 5.5 million euros net, or to 6, even improve his wage. You can give him 6. I'd be okay with that. It just depends on the length of the contract. So we'll see. We'll see about him. Again, top tier journalists, top tier reporters are saying are only naming Juventus. Romano tweeted Juventus's name. Nico Schira tweeted Juventus's name. So good. I see people asking me, Muriel, Morata, how did they compare? We saw Morata yesterday. We saw Morata score 3 goals. I don't even know how he scored that 3rd goal. I thought Perrin just messed up majorly. Besides the point, though. We saw Morata. We know what Morata is. Is Memphis Depay just a new player and we're clamoring for a new player for new fresh blood? Or is he actually better than Morata? I think Depay is better than Morata. I don't think that's even a question, to be honest. I think Memphis Depay is a better player than Morata, especially in the way that Juventus will use Depay versus the way we'll use Morata. Because Morata, last year, when he set up on the left, and we were going on counterattacks, or we had space to drive, and he had space to drive into the opponent's third, we had space, dribbling. Pretty much 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, he made the wrong decision. He would either get the ball intercepted, dribble into a defender, he would not make the right call, or he would not make the right decision with the ball. Morata's downfall throughout his career has been his decision-making and his lack of mentality in front of goal. Memphis Depay, his final pass is very good. Memphis Depay can pick out a pass. He's creative. Does he have the same work rate? No. He does not. Will Allegri accept that? I don't know. But I don't know. We have to see. Because it's a very not fresh rumor, but it's a freshly backed rumor by Schira and Romano. If they're both saying it in the same day, something must be cooking. I didn't ever see that meme with Thanos cooking that stuff. Something must be cooking. Can Memphis Depay dribble better than Morata? Absolutely. You've seen him. You've seen him throughout his career at Lyon, at Manchester United, at PSV, in the Dutch national team. He's good. He's a good dribbler. He can get out of tight situations. He's good. He can play. He's Dutch. He can play around with the center forward. I hope he'll be able to play with our center forward, because Vlahovic has stone feet right now. I don't know what's going on. Again, my only issue with Memphis Depay is his behind the scenes work. If it doesn't go well for a couple of games, is he going to mentally shut down? He has a different mental shutdown than what Morata does. Morata doesn't really care if he doesn't play for a couple of games or he doesn't get as many minutes. Depay will care. I think Depay would offer something completely different to the club in terms of the attack, and I rate it. I'll take that all day, especially if he's free and you're giving $6 million or less on like a 2-year contract. If that is the exact deal, let me catch my tongue for a sec. If that is the exact deal, you jump on that 100 times out of 100. You jump on that deal. If it's over $6 million and if it's a longer term contract, and you end up seeing that he's not fitting into the club, you're in crap. You're in crap with another shit contract. Hanin makes another great point. The report also said it's not only it's the agents offering him to Juventus, which means that he would like to go to Juventus. And furthermore, going back on Romano's tweet, he said that he was only interested in top clubs. So I think we're a top club. It might not look at like it on the pitch right now, but like realistically, yes, we are a top club. So I think Depay for 2-year contract, $6 million per. I think that's the correct offer. I'm not saying that's the reported offer either. We haven't offered anything yet, but I'm saying if that's the deal, you do it. You say, haha, thank you. You bring him in as soon as possible. You got to terminate his contract first, though. So kind of like the Alexis Sanchez thing right now and the Aaron Ramsey thing this year. They have to terminate their contract and then they sign with a new club. Same thing with this. Depay's agents or lawyers or whatever, they got to cancel the contract, go to Barcelona, rip it up, and they got to go. So Norbert is one of our members, and he's saying something about... Oh. Did you all know? I think Misak pointed this out, but now YouTube, if you go out of the app, the screen still stays? That's cool. I didn't know that. But yeah, breaking news from Norbert, but from Nico Shira. Moise Kean could leave Juventus in the summer transfer window. He retweeted a tweet from April 27th. Now, we'll get into this a bit, and we'll get into this a bit because this is good news, or not good news, but this is pertinent Juventus news. It's breaking. Yesterday, Moise Kean did not play because of disciplinary reasons. He showed up late to a game where he stayed at the J Hotel, and the game was 100 meters away from the hotel. You don't do that you don't do that in general, but you especially don't do that if Max Allegri is your coach. You definitely do not do that if Max Allegri is your coach. I don't understand what he's thinking, but if this is the case, you have to get rid of him. Not just because of disciplinary actions, because on the pitch as well, he's been dreadful. He's been dreadful since he's got here. Returned, sorry, not got here. Since he's returned, he's been dreadful. We talk about Morata having really stupid decision making and poor decision making. Kean takes it to another level. Kean's decision making is schoolboy at times, especially when he's on the wing. When he's on the wing, it's brutal. You saw the Genoa game one of the last games of the season with Genoa, like missing tap-ins, missing breakaways, it wasn't a good season, and it was the definition of a panic buy was Moise Kean last year once Ronaldo left. I think it's time for Moise Kean to go. His first spell with the club, when he scored those 7 league goals in like 14 games, he was just a kid and he was just on fire. For whatever reason, he was just on fire. Could it translate to a better professional career? You saw 14 games of it, and then we sold him. There was obviously a reason why we sold him the first time. There was a reason why we brought him in, because we panicked. But it's time to get him gone. He doesn't provide anything. Yes, he scored 2 goals at Barcelona. Great. Marco De Grazia scored. Or, well, I don't even know what his name. De Grazia scored and Compagnon scored. If we find who's going to buy Moise Kean, though, is it going to be a lower tier Premier League club? Is it going to be I don't think it's going to be PSG. Is it a lower tier Premier League club? That's what I've been thinking. Not Everton, but another one. You get rid of him, but that makes more space in our... That's another hole to fill in our squad. And again, we're going to touch on that after. We're going to touch on that on our squad, in our potential squad after. I have a website ready to rock. I have my notes ready to rock to read it out to you. So, also, there's 100 people in here. We still only have 63 likes. Let's get to 100, please. I know it's very easy to tap a thumbs up or the heart button. Just do it. Please and thank you. We're going to get Kostic, Depay, and Paredes if that happens. And we're going to get rid of Rabiot and Arthur if it happens. Breaking news from Leandro. This is for me. He's made my coach's corner for Filip Kostic. It's ready to rock. So I'm going to record that after. I got you guys. But we're continuing on with Moise Kean. I think it's just best for him to leave. His concentration in matches is poor. Decision-making poor. And if it makes more space for another player to come in, let's do it. Let's do it. So we're moving on now. We talked about Kostic. We talked about Paredes, Rabiot, Depay, now Kean. Now let's transition on to the left-back situation. The left-back situation. We know it's appalling. We know Alexandro is... Justin and I were speaking yesterday, and a lot of people left that part of the live stream, but now that there's almost 100 people again, let's talk about where you would fit Alexandro in terms of Serie A left-backs. Where would you fit in Alexandro in terms of, would he be a starter for the 9th best team in Serie A? Would he be the starter on the 8th best team? Is he better than Biraghi from Fiorentina? Because if he's not better than Biraghi from Fiorentina, that means he is at worst, or at best, the 9th best left back in the league. And that's not good. If the goal is to win the Scudetto, if the goal is to be better in Europe, then at this point in time, Alexandro has to be moved on from. But the only way we can get a left back, and I have 3 names, not that they're credible or anything, but I have 3 names that will go as a potential replacement. But it's either Pellegrini leaves, or it's Sandro that leaves. But Sandro's not leaving. It's pretty obvious. Sandro's not leaving. He makes 6 million euros. No one's going to pay that for him. No one's going to pay a transfer fee, or no one's going to get him for free and then pay his salary as well. I think we're stuck with Alexandro. So if we sell Pellegrini, if there's still, for whatever reason, offers for Pellegrini, then that means we can target other players. I see Yusuf Miller, he nailed one on the head. That was one of my suggestions. The 3 names I have, and I've seen bandied about, it's Ferland Mendy from Real Madrid. Obviously, Tony Rudiger coming into Real Madrid makes Alaba a left back and pushes Ferland Mendy to the bench. And if Real Madrid wanted, they could use Nacho Fernandez as their backup left back. So Ferland Mendy from Real Madrid could be a target. That's one. And I think a feasible option for Ferland Mendy would be trying to get him on loan and see how he does for a season, and then have the option, similar to Paredes. Loan, option to buy. Ferland Mendy. That's one idea. Second idea is Sergio Reguilon from Tottenham. Again, that one's a little bit more difficult because I don't know if he's good enough. He's definitely better than Sandro, but I don't know if he's good enough to propel us to where we want to be. Reguilon is now 3rd in the depth chart, behind Sessegnon and behind Perisic. He wasn't even brought to the What's it called? He wasn't even brought on their tour, on Tottenham's tour, preseason tour. Is that a good name? Probably not. But again, it's a cheap option because you'll get him on a loan. Any left back that's coming in is going to be on a loan, because we're not fixing this left back situation clearly or fully with 3 weeks left in the window. There's no one available. Destiny Udogie just went to Tottenham. Udogie just went to Tottenham like 5 minutes ago. So he's out of the question. If you can name me an available left back, Angelino went to Hoffenheim, Rom went to Leipzig. All these people are gone already. If you guys can name me a left back that makes sense, that's available, then let's hear it. I've created my 3 names. My third name is Renan Lodi. Renan Lodi is no longer the starter for, what's it called? Atletico Madrid. Renan Lodi is no longer the starter. It's Reynildo or somebody. The guy who played yesterday. He played in the Champions League last year and he was fine. And he played for Atletico Madrid during the season, and that guy's fine, whatever. Renan Lodi's also fine. I know I crapped on him months ago, probably 3 or 4 months ago I crapped on him. But is Renan Lodi going to become another Alexandro? Maybe. You could potentially do that. If you're tuning in now, the names I've said for left back, I've said Ferland Mendy, Reguilon, and now Renan Lodi. So stop putting Reguilon, stop putting Ferland Mendy because I just said it. So Renan Lodi is a player that has Champions League pedigree, top club quality pedigree, and plays for the national team. So those are 3 names. Could you potentially work on a deal with Atletico Madrid? I don't know his contract situation. I don't know any of their contracts. I think I do. I think I Googled Mendy's, and he's got 2 or 3 years left. I saw Misak say Guerrero, but again, is Guerrero good enough? I think Mendy and Renan Lodi are better than Guerrero. So we got to look at the situation. And nothing happens. Nothing's going to happen about the left back situation until a left back is sold. And we'll only sell a left back if we know we're getting a left back in. Tagliafico went to Lyon. He's not coming. People keep on saying Tagliafico. Tagliafico's gone to Lyon. I'm pretty sure. Let me fact check that. Tagliafico. Yep, he's on Lyon now. So, as what's it called? As Romeo Agresti's always said, if we're selling Pellegrini, that means we have a left back coming in. That means the replacement is ready to rock. So right now, I don't know how much Pellegrini would cost. I don't know who would go in for Pellegrini. Is it going to be Lazio? Is it going to be West Ham? Is it going to be someone else? I don't know. But if he is sold, in the event that he is sold, I think someone else is coming in because Romeo just said that. I saw Borna Sosa, his name popped up. I think Borna Sosa wants to go to, what's it called? Man City. And again, he's fine as well. Borna Sosa is a fine player. Is he better than Reguilon? Probably. Is he better than Ferland Mendy? In terms of pedigree? No. In terms of quality? I think he can surpass Mendy because Mendy's a bit older than him, but Borna Sosa's not played for a top club. Ferland Mendy has that pedigree. He's still 27. I think I'd rather have Mendy at this time. Pablo, please stop spamming the chat with Rom because he just went to Hoffenheim, so please don't do that. 110 people are in here, only 80 likes. Get 20 more likes in. Keep doing it. Keep liking it. Also, the start of the season is coming, as we all know. Match day 1 is on August 15th. It's next Monday. It's a week today. Match day 1. So, please consider becoming a member. And if you become a member, you can join our prediction league. Our prediction league is something new for the season. It's you just basically, Alejandro is going to have a bunch of things you can predict, like top goal scorer. You predict the games week in, week out, and the better you do, obviously, the higher rankings you get. If you're first place, you get a jersey. Second place, you get a gift card to the Juventus store. Third place, you get a 1-year free membership. But this can only happen if you become a member. How you become a member is you click the link in the description in this video. So consider doing that. Great prizes that can be won, and it's something new we're doing for the channel this year. So consider doing that. I plan to win first place, and I plan to get a Decilio jersey because I want Alejandro to pay for a Decilio jersey because he hates paying for jerseys. So that's that. But yes, going back to the left back talk, there's things you have to identify in any transfer. You got to identify, are they available? What their contract status is? Are they good? Are they better than what you have? If you do that, and you go to the next stage. The next stage is you got to go talk to their agents. Is the player interested in coming to the club? If the player is interested in coming to the club, you come to an agreement. If you come to an agreement, you go to the club that they're currently at, then you negotiate. There's a lot of stuff that goes into a transfer. It's not just bang, hey, I want that guy, boom. It's not that easy. A lot of things go into a transfer, especially if you're going to a transfer that is a relative unknown. So like a guy like Borna Sosa, he's a relative unknown. I know in the footballing world, there's going to be people who know who Borna Sosa is. Of course. A lot of people like the game. A lot of people like the sport, of soccer, football, calcio. But in order to get that guy, you have to be shit positive and shit. Yes, I like this player. He's good. That's why I think it's a little bit too late in the window now. Where if Pellegrini is sold, I don't know if we're gonna get a guy like Borna Sosa. I think we're gonna get a more surefire thing, like a Ferland. Or I'm not gonna just pump the tires of Ferland Mendy, but Ferland Mendy, pedigree, has all that. You don't really have to scout him because you know who he is. So I think that's an easier deal to complete. The wages aren't an issue. I checked the wages on capology.com. Check that site out if you want. Then you got to do some math. You got to do some income tax stuff, and then you can see where he would fit in on our wage bill. So one of our members is asking, would you rather have Sandro start or move Danilo to the left? Potato, but I'd rather have Danilo play because Danilo makes less mistakes than Sandro. So there you go. We'll move on to the final topic of the day because we're still on topics, which is crazy. We're going to move on to Gonzalo Guedes. So Gonzalo Guedes from Valencia. He's a jack of all trades, center forward, right wing, left wing, attacking mid, all of that stuff. He's been sold to Wolverhampton Wanderers. I don't know the fee. Hasn't been totally disclosed yet. But Valencia has sold Guedes to Wolverhampton. And you know it's a Premier League team, and you know the Premier League team is going to pay a lot of money for him. And he's Portuguese, so it makes sense. So he's gone there. Cool. What does this mean financially for Valencia? Can Valencia sign Arthur Melo with that money? Does this allow Arthur Melo finally the passageway out of Juventus? I think it's very possible because what did Gennaro Gattuso say a couple days ago when Valencia last played? He said, we don't have the money right now to facilitate a move for Arthur Melo coming to Valencia because it costs too much money. Cool. got it, right? Juventini, sad. They're like, oh my God, Paratici, you're an idiot. Why would you give him so much money? Yada, yada, yada. F you. Shit. I get it. But now you've opened up some wage and you've sold a player for, I saw in the comments, 32 million or so. I saw that. I'm like, huh, interesting. What's the excuse now? If money was the excuse, you just opened your bankroll up. Take Arthur Melo on loan. You can probably pay the whole wage now. And a loan fee maybe. Maybe Juventus sees that and says, hey, I don't know who the sporting director of Valencia is. Hey, Jose. Listen, I just saw you sold Guedes. Do you want Arthur Melo now? Come take him. Come take him. And then Hasta makes a great point. What if Valencia start looking at other options now? Apparently, Gattuso was adamant on getting Arthur Melo. So I don't know if that changed. I don't know if he's still the key to their whole play. I don't know. Is Parejo still on that team? No, Parejo's on Villarreal. I get those two teams mixed up. So what is Arthur Melo going to dictate Valencia's season basically from midfield? If Gattuso believes that, he'll come get Arthur Melo. Fine. Cool. Do it. Please. But all I know is Gonzalo Guedes sold to Wolverhampton for a decent fee. The issue was about money before for Valencia signing Arthur Melo. Shouldn't be an issue now. We'll see what happens from here. Again, the only way you keep up to date with that stuff is if you follow Bianconeri Zone on Twitter, if you follow it on Instagram if you want, or on Facebook. Also, follow myself at Gennady151. I'm just plugging it in now. We're not done yet. We still got about 10 minutes left. Follow Justin Sofro at Justin Sofro and follow Alejandro at Alejandro BZ because we comment on all of this. We comment on everything that's happening. We're up to date with all of our stuff and it's a good time. So, Hanin's saying Arthur needs to lower his salary if he wants to play. I mean, yeah, but not really because now they got some money to blow. Maybe we can change the wage structure a bit now. Maybe we pay for 20%, they pay for 80% now. I think we're okay. I think that deal could be done now, is what I'm saying. They've opened up a lot of money. And then people, like the video. We're at 90. We're almost going to get Kostic Paredes, Depay, and going to get rid of Arthur and Rabiot. I just went through all these topics. Come on. 108 people in here. Do it. Yeah, Justin, you tell them. Smash that mother-loving like button or I'll come smack. He's going to smack someone, not me. Rodrigo, about 10 minutes ago, we talked about Nico Shira talking about Kean. If you're checking in and out, I get it, but like if you've been listening this whole time, you're not paying attention. Funny. And Hasta saying Fabiano Della Valle, so a reporter that works for the Gazzetta is saying Juve are in for Depay and Kostic, so it's not one or the other. We're firing up the Depay. Hey, I'm going to start sending Alejandro my Depay Coach's Corner clips right now. I'm going to do it right now. I'm actually getting pretty happy that it's kind of close. So I guess we'll move on to the final topic, I guess, of the show today, the live F5. Nothing too crazy happened in the 5 o'clock hour. Okay, Daily Blind's asking a good question. What happened with Rugani and Galatasaray? Rugani did not want to go to Galatasaray. He rejected Turkey. We got 100 likes. So guess what? Kostic, Paredes, Depay to Juventus, Rabiot, Arthur out. Thanks to you guys. So cheers to you guys. And again, thank you for doing that and supporting the channel, all that stuff. Good. But to answer Daily Blind's question, who should be at training right now? What happened to Rugani? Didn't want to go to Turkey. He wants to stay in Italy or even better, stay at Juventus. Not better for us, better for him. And then Dan Brealey's asking, Julian, if we sell Rabiot and Arthur, would it be possible to get Paredes and Frattesi? I think it's just Paredes. I think Frattesi is not going to be an option because we're going to keep Fagioli and Moretti still. Oh, I forget. Fagioli's about to sign a new contract extension till 2026. Totally forgot about that. So sorry about that. But that's another Juventus topic. Which on a slow day would be the main topic at the club, or topic of the day. Yeah, Nico Scherer just tweeted something about Valencia as well again. Jorge Mendes, so agent, is working to move Nico Gonzalez to Valencia from Barcelona on loan. Talks in progress. So yeah, Hanin saying that would pretty much mean no Arthur. Could mean it, or they get both, because they got enough money for that. So moving on. We're going to potential squads for match day 1. I got something cooking right now. Let's see if it goes on the screen. It's always a mess with the internet and the software programs I'm using. Yeah, we can see that. Move that up a bit. So if we get Paredes and Kostic before Monday, we could potentially line up like this because we do know we have injuries. The goalie would be Mattia Perin. Obviously, because Szczęsny's hurt, 20 days. Forget what he did. Maybe his muscle or something. I forget, to be honest. We got Kostic, Vlahovic, and Di Maria. Then we got Locatelli playing as an 8 with Paredes as a regista and Zakaria as another 8. Then we got the bum Sandro as a left back, Bremer, Bonucci, and then equally a bum Danilo as a right back. So we could potentially be lining up that way to start our season. Again, that's if... Kostic will be confirmed this week, so I think Kostic will be definitely a part of the squad come Monday. Come match day 1, Kostic will be there. Paredes, not sure. Paredes is going to take a little bit more time to get done, only because PSG and Juventus are not currently quite talking yet, and the formula of the deal is not quite agreed upon. Mohammed saying, come on, Danilo is not a bum. Danilo's a bum. He's been pretty bad this whole preseason, and he was kind of bad the tail end of last year. And Hamad, I don't choose the lineups. I'm just saying what Allegri's going to start with. If we recall from the whole preseason, we've stuck to a 4-3-3 for the most part. For the most part, we were doing a 4-3-3. Some little inversions of it, little switches here and there. But for the most part, we did that. We play with a regista. I applaud. And I applaud Allegri for keeping it that way. The issue I have, obviously, is the fullbacks. But we know they're going to start. We know that Danilo's going to start. We know that Sandro's going to start because we don't have anything else. Unless Cuadrado starts right back, which could be a thing, but Danilo's played majority of the preseason there. Started, done all that stuff. Second captain, whatever. Left back, we know what it is. Pellegrini has a knee contusion right now. De Chilo came on yesterday because Sandro was really bad. Ryan S., I'm not going to do a 3-5-2 because we do not have the player personnel to do a 3-5-2. That's no questions asked. That's done. Sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, if we get the player personnel and another center back maybe and a couple other pieces that we can do a 3-5-2, then I'll start using that in these videos. But until then, I don't agree with it, and I don't see it happening. Anyway, to pretty much culminate, what I'm saying is we've seen pretty much who is going to be the starters come Monday. We've seen Alexandra start every preseason game. Danilo's pretty much started every preseason game. And obviously, Bremer integrated, now starting all the time, as he should. Bonucci, he is who he is now. He is a veteran leader with a voice who can pass out the back and can't defend, which should be his primary job. So, 3 out of the 4 defenders that are starters right now, have had a very poor preseason, very bad end to the last season, and error prone, don't make the right decisions, can't stay structurally refined. They're not 8 to 10 yards apart. They're not linked together. They're diving into tackles, which is schoolboy stuff. I don't understand why they're doing it. Like, Danilo got rinsed by Joao Felix a couple times yesterday. We know that Dembele absolutely murdered Alexandro against Barcelona. They're just error prone. These are error prone players, and with we have a 75% chance of an error happening every game because of these 3 players playing. It's horrendous. The backline is horrendous. It's not ready to rock. I have to save my takes for that because I'm supposed to be doing a hot take video on the backline before I go to my trip. So I have to save it and cool it for now. But yeah. With that, everybody, stay tuned to all the Juventus news because today was a packed show. Today there was a lot of news. The one thing I'll tell you to pay attention to is the Rabiot and Paredes thing. Because once Rabiot is gone, we'll see how quick it is to get Paredes into the team. And it's a similar situation like last year. We got Locatelli way too close to the start of the season, and it took a while for him to integrate into the team. It is what it is now. We're way too late getting players in because the season starts next week. These deals need to happen fast if we want these players to play as quick as possible and to transition into a role as quick as possible. But at the same time, pay attention to Rabiot and Paredes because Rabiot out, Paredes in. That's what that means. Kostic is coming anytime now. Maybe tonight. Is here we go. Maybe tomorrow morning. It's going to happen though. Kostic is coming. Depay, it looks likely. Again, my Alice percentage on Depay. Since you guys got me 100 likes, I'm going to turn it up a bit. I said 60 during the show. 65 now. 65% chance Depay comes. That's because of you guys. So there you go. But we'll see. We'll see. Keep it locked on the Bianconeri Zone on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Bianconeri Zone. Follow myself at Gennady151 on Twitter. Follow Justin Sofro at Justin Sofro on Twitter. Follow Alejandro at AlejandroBZ on Twitter. Like this video for the last time if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And click the bell icon to stay notified. Stay tuned for the Filip Kostic Coach's Corner because that's coming out shortly. Not tonight. Probably tomorrow or Wednesday. And yeah, Forza Juve. We'll see you next time. Ciao.